So I went to do a reading on how Queen Mary, Queen of Scots, felt about Queen Elizabeth I. Although they never met, there was a brief moment in there where there was competition for the throne. So I want to know how Queen Mary, Queen of Scots, felt about Queen Elizabeth I. How did Mary, Queen of Scots, feel about Elizabeth I? Holiday and aristocrat. So holiday, travel agent, exotic location, globetrotters, railway station, beach, tourist, resort, airport, sightseeing, historic site, tan, photo album, boat, postcard, local guide, sun, hotel lobby. And aristocrat, history, noble title, privilege, old money, wealth, servants, family tradition, upper class, ancestor, private club, snob, inheritance, family heirloom, royalty, elite, manor, and fox hunt. That's interesting. Let me get one of these. How did Mary, Queen of Scots, feel about Elizabeth I? How did she feel about Elizabeth? How did Mary, Queen of Scots, feel about Elizabeth? Wars and battles in reverse. Interesting. I want one of these. How did Mary, Queen of Scots, feel about Elizabeth? Wars and battles, but it came in reverse. I kind of want to jump her. How did Mary, Queen of Scots, feel about Elizabeth? Ooh. The air, unseen potential and hesitation. Nice. She knew. Where's this book? The air. A crown sits on a pedestal full of waiting potential. Years of preparing for a role have led to this moment. The crown is power, it is fulfillment, but it is also a responsibility that will affect every part of the heir's future. The heir has known that this day will come, and yet it feels like a lifetime of learning could never have prepared them for stepping into this role. The weight of expectation is a heavy mantle, but there's no turning back from it now. The end of every journey signals the beginning of a new one, and it's natural to still feel uncertain about this new path in front of you. You may be hesitating, but trust that you've already laid the groundwork to make this opportunity the most beneficial that it can be. The rewards that will come are worth this moment of uncertainty. That's amazingly beautiful. Okay, how did she see her? Let me get one of these. How did Mary, Queen of Scots, see Elizabeth? If she had to describe her in one word, how did Mary, Queen of Scots, see Elizabeth? How did Mary, Queen of Scots, see Elizabeth? Give me a jumper, please. Ooh, okay, I got it. Oh, wow. As a blessing. How did Elizabeth see Mary, Queen of Scots? No, it said Elizabeth didn't want to meet Mary. Frivolous. Okay. And I have 3 cards for how Mary, Queen of Scots, felt about Elizabeth. Actually, let's go the whole gamut. All 5. Okay. Mary, Queen of Scots, how does she feel about Elizabeth? How did Elizabeth feel? Let's do Mary first. Mary, 6 of Pentacles. So she wanted to help, she wanted to be charitable. 7 of 8 of Swords. She wanted to help to a certain point. Let me keep going. 2 of Swords. 9 of Pentacles. King of Cups. This is how Mary felt about Elizabeth. Hidden emotions. Mind games. Okay, hold on. Did she want to help, or she thought she could help? A blessing. Because she didn't want to take on, I don't know if it's, she wanted to remain single, or she didn't want to have to make choices. And then there was the whole thing about religion. 6 of Pentacles. Impulse control. She was too impulsive. 8 of Swords. Gratitude. She was grateful. She tricked her into taking it. 2 of Swords. Expectations. And the Moth. Cycles, compulsion. Cycles, direction, compulsion, obsession. And being blindfolded. So she... Denial. Let me go more before I say anything. Something fell. Blindfold, denial, barriers, and resistance. Nine of Pentacles, grit, and King of Cups. Implicit bias. So she felt a certain way about what was going on with religion and wars, and she wanted to maintain her version of what she felt without having to succumb to the people. So she didn't mind Elizabeth taking it, but she didn't want to look like she didn't want it. That's what it is. Let me get a quote for each. One quote for how Queen Mary felt for Elizabeth, and a quote for vice versa. How did she feel about Elizabeth? Something about shopping. Oh, I am getting that. How did she feel about Elizabeth? Alright, it says... No, it's not a quote, though. She thought about her a lot. Don't give up on me. How did Elizabeth feel about Mary? How did Elizabeth feel about Mary? One day I will return. Somebody, and I remember reading this, and I believe it was Mary, was in a relationship with somebody they weren't supposed to be in a relationship with, and that's what she was holding out for. Blindfolded. Somebody she couldn't even be with, so she should have just went and took this role on. So, how did... I'll do stickers first. Mary... How did Mary feel towards Elizabeth? Mary feel towards Elizabeth. Mary. All right. Dance, Six of Pentacles. Alabama, Sweet Home is what I'm getting. Maybe she kind of did want to leave. A C. Is that for Cecil? Yeah, let's say back in the day, this would be somebody from the other side of the tracks. So she was attracted to somebody. And then I have an Aries on top of the King of Cups. How did Elizabeth feel towards Mary? 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 Three of Pentacles. She wished they could have worked together. Could have accomplished more. But then she also doesn't wish they worked together because she realized she would have been doing more. Eight of Pentacles. That she has a lot of people doing things for her. Ten of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. How does Elizabeth feel towards Mary? She hopes she stays stuck in thinking she could be with this person. Page of Wands, so while Elizabeth's celebrating chastity, temperance, she's being patient. She knows Mary's out there doing her thing, and that's going to get her caught up. One day I will return. How does Queen Elizabeth I feel about Mary? Something about a child. A snake. How does Queen Elizabeth I? Yeah, she definitely thought she was witchy. Okay. Saint Cafe, coffee every day. I don't know if that's about trading, bartering, having practitioners do magic. She knew what she was doing. Elizabeth was aware that Mary had people dabbling in the dark arts. Nine of Cups, wishing she could become a mom, wishing Mary could become a mom, wishing she had a mom. Something to that effect. Page of Wands, knowing that her sexual promiscuity was going to get her caught up. So, like those 3 candles, she was waiting. Like this Temperance, she was waiting. And notice how Temperance, it's usually 2 different elements. Both of those jugs are red in this one. She was waiting, and she had the formula. 3 trees back there, 3 pentacles here. It says, rise the bottle. I don't know what that means. Alright. Let me close with Mary towards Elizabeth. Where's the book? Where's my book? Mary towards Elizabeth. That's the book. I can go here. Mary towards Elizabeth. Mary towards Elizabeth, the boot, similar. Elizabeth towards Mary, bound, the arrows. Mary towards Elizabeth, the boot. Nothing has changed. One decision is as good as the next, as the other. Somebody is set in their ways. Read it from here. A boot, the same as the other. Of the 2 choices, one is as good as the other. Nothing has changed. You might see things differently, but you are more alike than you think. And the arrows. The arrows of Adam the Indian, where they are joined together, strike where they hit. One word, bound. Something is bound tightly, just as the arrows. This may be good or bad. The arrows are held tightly together. The challenge will be difficult, like a battle. So to undo the family tie with her would have been difficult. She had to practice decorum to get through this, to get where she got to. Okay, thank you.